Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews, like my Harry Potter scar my cat gave me while I was sleeping. Anyway, tonight's beer comes from overseas. This is a brand I haven't had in a long time. I think this is my first time seeing it in Florida. From Innis and Gunn, Irish whiskey cask, Scottish oatmeal stout. Age 51 days, and it's only 6.1 ABV. Doesn't really say anything about it on the can. In fact, it's hard to see the can date. I think it says best before April of next year, so we got some time. Anyway, pour it into the tulip glass or stem Belgian glass, whatever you want to call it. Kind of a really dark brown, black coming out of the can. Looks black in the glass. Get a pretty big, I would say light brown, kind of frothy, moussey head on here. Now, when I think oatmeal stout, the first thing that comes to mind is like Sam Smith's oatmeal stout, and this kind of smells similar to that. Like, I definitely get a roastiness on here, get a little bit of coffee, a little bit of chocolate. Has a sweet smell. I can definitely smell the whiskey cask character, so it has like just like that smell of whiskey, obviously. Has a lovely fruity smell as well to it. It's nice. But this is the difference between this and like, you know, Goose Island Bourbon County or KBS or one of those is like that it's half the potency of those. Like, this isn't a big, huge beer. It's, you know, it's kind of like by those standards, it's like a session beer. So let's see what we're in for. Cheers. Yeah, this one I would say is pretty sweet. The oatmeal stouts, they tend to be a nice kind of combination of like sweetness and roastiness. Like you get like the oatmeal. It's not that you really taste oatmeal per se. I mean, I don't mean like oatmeal like your cereal. It's, you know, apple cinnamon. You know, it's just like maybe the closest would be like steel cut oats or something like that. But it's more about like texture and mouthfeel. Give it like kind of like a thickness and just like a general kind of sweetness to it. By the way, a lot of hazy IPAs use oatmeal in them too. Yeah, so a lovely chocolatey flavor, little bit roasty. This is not nearly as like roasty as like Sam Smith's oatmeal stout or one of those. And then I like underneath, like the whole time, like in the background, is that whiskey cask character, and it's just like it's like the impression or suggestion of whiskey, but it's just like not like as like balls out in your face as KBS or Bourbon County or something like that, or like the Naked Baptist I had like a week ago. Yeah, nice. Just the sweetness. It's nice that it's like the taste of whiskey without none of the burn. I should say none of the burn. I mean, because like the big Hall of Fame Bourbon County Imperial Stouts, like those have a quite a bit of warmth to them at least, whereas this is just like a standard, you know, standard strength oatmeal stout, but with that addition of that whiskey character. It's really nice. I wouldn't really call this one woody though. Like, it doesn't taste like the actual wood. Like the really good barrel aged beers, like you can actually like kind of taste that woodiness on this one. I definitely get vanilla on this one, which is a common thing from any kind of wood aged beer. Doesn't matter the style, doesn't matter like what kind of wood's aged on. Just wood always tends to give like a little bit of vanilla, or maybe like a nutty character. Nice body on that one. I call it kind of maybe silky. I mean, it's definitely very smooth as far as like the actual texture. The actual mouthfeel, the viscosity is not super huge. I'd put it like medium, maybe like slightly over medium. Carbonation is also, yeah, probably about moderate. So, you know, real, you know, smooth beer. It's not a challenge to drink at all. Again, it is only 6.1 ABV, not 12 or 13. Yeah, I like how there's like a vanilla kind of aftertaste. Also like a slight kind of roasty malt aftertaste. But otherwise, I mean, I would say this is definitely like, it's a sweet beer overall, but it's not, you know, cranked to 11 or anything. It's, you know, it's certainly more sweet than it is bitter. In fact, I'm having a hard time. I mean, it's definitely, there's enough hops in here for like balance. Like, it's not like super ridiculously cloying. But yeah, it's I think like I think the roast is doing most of the balance on here, not the hops. Whatever hops are in there, like I wish brewers would put more information on the can or the bottle. I mean, I want to know malts, I want to know hops and all that. I mean, maybe you go on the website, it says, but I having to do a treasure hunt for that stuff. Although maybe I should since I'm a beer reviewer. Yeah. So I mean, like the actual hop flavor is, I don't know, maybe earthy or floral. The actual bitterness is, fairly low. But yeah, this one is pretty good overall. This is my first time seeing Innis and Gunn in cans. Because last time I saw them, which was years ago, they always came in clear bottles, so they were always skunky. But yeah, I have to say I really am impressed by this one. I just threw away the receipt. I did not get this on Tabor because that Total Wine. I believe it was only $5 or $6. It wasn't too bad. And this is a nice full 500 ml can, not 16 ounces. So you get that extra 0.9 ounces. So yeah, I like this one. I would say it's definitely the best Innis and Gunn beer I've had. Although I've only had a handful, so take that for what it's worth. I'm gonna go kind of high in this one. I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 for the Irish whiskey cask. Speaking of whiskey, be sure to check out Whiskey Wednesday, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it.
Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.